Hi guys, it's your Scotsman here, AIMz, and we are coming with the conclusion of A Plague Tale: Innocence. Last time we left off, we finally took down the Grand Inquisitor and the Inquisition for what we know is now kaput. They're done. They're finished. But that might change with what we are about to experience, that being the last chapter of the game. So I'm not expecting it to be too long. I reckon this will be more than likely an epilogue. So in that case, probably once we're done with it pretty quickly, I will be giving my closing thoughts on the game. But if you've been following this series, you could probably tell that I've just absolutely loved this game. I came in knowing literally nothing about it. Basically, all my games I do for the channel are games that I've never played of. But the difference between those games and this game is that with those games I see trailers, they're games that I'm hyped about, so I do know a bit of information before going in. But with this game, all I knew was that it was siblings. I even got mixed up with the gender of the siblings. It takes place in France, and that there was a plague. Apart from that, I knew nothing. I even didn't really know what the reception was. I knew it was good, but I didn't know how good the reception was. But I didn't even want to look at the reviews, because despite knowing that they got good reviews, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to look at a smackerel about this game other than what I already know, which is very little. And so yeah, I've been loving this game. It's been one of the best pleasures I've experienced on this channel so far, with me only being... I've only been doing this channel for about 5 months now, and so far I can tell you right now, this is my favourite game I've done for the channel. But anyway guys, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get on with this conclusion of A Plague Tale: Innocence. So anyway guys, let's dive on in. Well, it's good to see all the fruit and veg are now ripe and healthy. There seems to be no sign of any rat, mouse, mice, rodent. Very nice.
So, were you able to go home?
Yes, the nest is still there, but it's empty.
I can't believe the rats are gone for good.
Let's hope they are.
Well, don't jinx it just yet, because I am aware there is a sequel coming out, so they can't be gone for good.
Yeah, look!
You want to try your hand at shooting?
Not me. My sister's really good. Right, Amicia?
Ah,
Right.
sure.
Let's have a go.
Let's have some fun.
Good. The rule is simple. You have 6 stones, 6 possible shots. Try and shoot as many targets as possible. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go on, Amicia.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Whoa.
5, and 6.
Hey, you know how to do it. You won an apple. And all due respect.
Yes, Amicia, well done.
Yay, I get an apple.
The apple's for you, Hugo. You're my biggest supporter.
Oh.
Oh, thanks. I was hungry.
As always.
He's not got the scars anymore.
Today we're celebrating the 3rd day without rats. There's a little fair down the street. Go take a look.
A fair. A real fair. I've never seen a fair before.
Duckies.
Hugo, Lucas is waiting for us. We should be getting back.
But it's a fair. Come on.
Hugo. Alright, but we can't stay long.
Whack, whack.
Look.
Some goose. Goose.
The young boy.
Oh no.
No, boy, you just can't come in.
But why?
Because you can. That's why.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, is there a problem?
Look, the problem is a kid and his sister are wanted around here by important people. And we just don't want any trouble here, you understand?
I can see very well. Hugo, we have to go.
So it seems to be quite clear. Yeah.
Come on.
Seems that everyone's aware of Hugo's ability. I mean, they should be thanking us. We did take out the Inquisition. But whatever.
Hey, Hugo.
What?
The first one to arrive at the cart wins 20 apples.
20 apples?
But you'll never beat me. Right, Slug?
What? You'll see.
Oh, yeah? Then on 3. 1, 2,
3.
Hey! I'm right behind you.
You can't beat me.
It's a shame once people lose something to fear, they try and find something
alright.
else to be afraid of.
You won.
Yes, 20 apples.
We made it, Lucas. Do you have everything? St. John's wort, the hawthorn, all of it. Let's go. Good.
Oh, there she is.
Amicia,
Yes?
why are they looking at me like that? Melly looked at me the same way. Then she left. Because she doesn't like me anymore.
Hugo, she had other things to do.
Shy.
That's not true. But it doesn't matter.
Is she going to sleep much longer? She has to get her strength back. With the herbs you bought, she'll soon be back on her feet. All right.
I mean, Millie was intending on leaving at some point anyway, but
Hey,
it's a shame.
Hugo,
What?
do you think I'm pretty?
You're ugly. Really ugly.
Ugly? Me?
You look like a big fat fly.
A fly? Your own sister? Oh, such a slur requires punishment.
And they set off on another adventure.
Lucas!
Hey!
Hey, let me join.
The fly's attacking me.
This was good. No, it wasn't good, it was great. This was really, really great. Oh, a boat! Ah. A few boats. I wonder if we'll be going on one of those. A big thank you to all Asobo Studio and our family members for their support during the development of the game. And big kisses to all Asobo Studio new babies. Two big thumbs up, Asobo Studios. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. We'll take these out for now. But anyway, yes. Round of applause for this studio. I mean, this was like an indie game. I'm believing. I mean, yeah, I believe this is actually an indie game, not like a full-on AAA release. Which, as an indie game, is definitely in my top 10, maybe even my top 5. It reminds me of when they released, well, not this studio, but when the game Senua's Sacrifice came out. That was an indie game, but it felt like a big release in a way. But yeah, this is on par with a game like that, just a really good indie game, and I'm very much looking forward to the sequel. But yeah, after seeing that epilogue, it seems like the general public now are aware that Hugo has the ability to control the rats, and so it's more that they fear him, because you notice those guys, they turned him away, but they weren't saying, oh, piss off, fuck off, or whatever. They were like, you just can't come in, and please, we just don't want any trouble. They fear him, they clearly fear him, but you know, they don't want him being there, and because out of fear of his ability to control the rats, but at the same time they don't want to be nasty to him in case they upset him and they think he might attack him. So it's out of fear, and so I'm wondering if that'll carry over to the next game, how the rats will come back into play the next game. It's just I'm curious. I haven't seen any of the trailers for the second game. I'm more than likely going to do that now. Well, not now, but after I give my closing thoughts, I'm going to jump online and watch the trailers. And yeah, this game is fantastic, loved it, and I am very much looking forward to the sequel. So I'm going to let the credits run, give my last few closing thoughts on the game, and we'll blow this popsicle stand. So anyway guys, I'll catch you in a second. Alright, so the credits weren't that very long and there wasn't anything afterwards, so I've got you trying to speak here. I'm so overwhelmed with emotions that we have finally finished this game. It took over the course of a month, but what a game it was. Anyway, so closing thoughts. Yeah, there wasn't anything after the credits, so I've got you covered, and yeah, the credits were pretty short. So closing thoughts. I've probably given kind of my closing thoughts throughout the game of basically what I loved about it. Like, you meet this somewhat large cast of characters, and even then, even when some of them only make a brief appearance in like one chapter or two chapters, they leave an impression. And Roderick, he was only a character that appeared in like maybe a couple chapters, but when he passed, and he died. As you can see, I don't know if it was much clear on the camera, but I shed tears. it was sad, and how he died was very sad, and just like Hugo's emotions, how he was feeling about that, it was sad. I'm not going to stutter anymore on that. And even Arthur, I think he only really had two. I mean, he appeared in like 3 or so chapters, but I think he only had like a speaking role in 2 of them. So, and I liked him. For me, it's a good sign when, if I've only seen you, a particular character, in like 1 or 2 parts of the game, and I remember your name without having to actually think about it, it means you've left an impression, because I am horrible with names. Even in real life, with people I know, I am horrible with names. So yeah, just the fact that you get really connected with these characters, even if they make such a brief appearance, but they leave an impression. You get Lucas, Roderick, Millie, Amicia, Hugo, Arthur, Laurentius, Sir Nicholas, the Grand Inquisitor. I mean, you get all these, characters, and they just leave an impression. Like, you just remember their name, you remember what they look like. They have distinct looks. Millie and Arthur, they were thieves, so they had quite a distinct look. You had Roderick, the blacksmith, he had a distinct look, and then you had the Inquisition. It's visually a beautiful game as well, especially for an indie game. But I'm liking how we're starting to get to the point now where even indie games will have the look and feel of AAA title games. The story, I really enjoyed the story because they kept you guessing and kept you thinking, like, why is it? So we didn't really know why the plague was there, not unless I missed something. But they kept you guessing on what was wrong with Hugo and if he had any abilities, which he did. The Inquisition's plan, and also what their plan with the rats was going to be, as well as the twists of the mother being alive. It was a really good game, and I never felt bored, and that's what a good game should do. It should keep you engrossed in not only the story, but with it being a game, the gameplay, that's another thing. The gameplay was really good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just, you're throwing rocks, and really to be honest, you're throwing a lot of things, but I never felt bored, and that is a big plus. Because you never want to be bored playing a game, because then why else are you playing a game? It's kind of like watching a film. If you're getting bored watching a film, why are you watching it? And I think that's all I've got to say about this game that I haven't mentioned already. And as usual, I'm probably going to close this video off and I'll be like, I forgot to mention this and that, but hey ho, that's just the way it is. So I'll give it a second and see if I can think of anything else. So, and that's another thing. Another thing I liked is there was only a couple times where you came across certain scenarios, certain portions of the game where it felt like, so basically boss fights. There was I can only there was like 3 boss fights that stood out to me. One was in the village, you know, Sir Nicholas, obviously the Grand Inquisitor, and I think, and of course, I mean, I don't want to count that the Ratnados because they made an appearance later on anyway, but yeah, they never felt the same either. They were different with the first one in the village with that guy. I forget his name. I don't even think his name was mentioned, but his was like a literally a multi-layered fight because you were chipping away his armor until his head was exposed. With Nicholas, you had to implement your new ability on controlling the rats to take him down, and then what was good about the final fight was it felt like a combination of those 2 fights. Like, obviously, Amicia's ability to, throw the rocks and do damage that way, and also Hugo's ability to control the rats. So yeah, that was like a good combination of the 2. It was that first boss fight in the village, you're using Amicia's sling. The Sir Nicholas fight, you're using the rats controlled by Hugo with a bit of Amicia's abilities too, and then at the end it was just a combination of the 2, and it was really good. And again, even though the game's done, it's got me wondering what's going to happen next, especially with that last look by the Grand Inquisitor at the end of chapter 16. But anyway guys, that's going to be it. That's my closing thoughts on the game. Again, 2 big thumbs up. Absolutely loved it. Cannot recommend it highly enough. I'm even messaging my pals right now. During the credits I was messaging them saying, you've got to play this game. If you don't have that much time on you, it's okay. This game on average is about 10 hours, so give it a try. It is worth your time, and I'm going to stop repeating myself because that's what I do when I don't know what else to say. So anyway guys, that is going to be the conclusion of A Plague Tale: Innocence, and I'm very much looking forward to the sequel. So anyway guys, if you could like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next playthrough. Catch.